Hey guys, earlier this year Stagg released a whole new range of brushes. We've got the traditional wire brushes and the more modern nylon brushes. In this video we're going to be looking at the nylon. Okay, so these are Stagg's new nylon brushes. They're available in rubber handled like this or a wooden handle depending on your preference. So it's wider that way and thinner that way. It makes the brush more sensitive, more responsive, and to me it has a fatter, kind of slappier tone because the spread is more flat, more like a traditional wire brush. Okay, now this gives me a really good opportunity to just very quickly show you some of the quality control and the thought that goes behind Stagg products now. This is the production model brush. This is what you'd go and buy in the shops. And this is a pair of prototypes that Stagg gave me earlier on this year. If you have a look, then the basic differences, I won't go into it too much, but you can see that the prototypes have much longer bristles. They've got two rings and the rings are thinner. Now, those brushes feel great, they sound great, I really enjoyed them, and I didn't really have any complaints about them. But what they then did is thought, no, how can we make it even better? And they've trimmed down the bristles. This has given the brush much better weight distribution and balance. It feels so much nicer to use. And it's more responsive, especially if you're playing it more like a stick, you know, maybe a quieter alternative to a stick in a band practice or a small gig. They've also cut it down to one ring because obviously it's not as long, so it doesn't need to, and they've made that ring thicker, which means that if you get the odd stray cymbal hit, or maybe if it hits the rim, anything that would damage it, it can take a lot more of a beating. It's made it much more durable. So they've taken an already great brush and made it even better. They could have released that, and I would have been happy buying it. I'm sure other people would have. But they wanted to make it better before they did. Now, talking about this brush, it's a really fun brush to use. I don't have that much experience with nylon brushes, but using these I've had a lot of fun, and I've come up with some quite creative sort of things within my playing that I wouldn't normally have thought of. Now, what's nice about these is obviously the variety of sounds you can get. By moving this kind of tone shaping ring all the way down, you allow the bristles to spread out, so you get more like a traditional wire brush type sound. When it hits, it's got more slap to it, and although it's a lot quieter, I think it's quite a thick tone because you're hitting so much of the head. So really good for that stuff. By moving the ring up, we start to squash the bristles together a little bit more, don't let them spread out. And although we've got some fanning at the top, so we do get a softer tone, generally the bristles are more bunched up, so you get a thicker sort of stronger tone, more attack behind it. If we were to pull it right the way up, obviously there's no spread of the bristles now, they're really bunched up, they're very tight. You get your maximum attack out of it and maximum volume out of it. Now, this also makes it really good for playing kind of more dynamic levels and more intricate patterns. You know, if you are using this as a good alternative to sticks because you want to bring the volume down for a small gig or a band practice or something, then this will still enable you to play like all your syncopated funk patterns and, you know, anything like a cymbal accent. This will do it then. One thing that a lot of people are using these for now, which I think is really cool, is world percussion. So Latin percussion, African percussion, absolutely anything that you would play with a hand normally, you can play with these. And with the different kind of tonal options, you can make it thicker or softer, you can have more spread or more attack, and it's a really cool thing to do. You can use it in combination with a hand, so you can have one brush, one hand. They're great for experimenting with, and great for kind of when you want to play a sticking type pattern but without a sticking type tone. So go and check these out. They're really cool, really well made, and they feel great.